you to some of the amazing folks here that are making hemp happen, and you're going to get to learn a little bit about it.
Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis?
I'm Melanie Heidel. I work with the University of Hawaii Manoa on their industrial hemp seed development project for the Hawaii State Department of Agriculture, which has a contract to develop hemp seed for our State Department of Agriculture as part of their new pilot program to license farmers to grow hemp for the first time in Hawaii. This is our first little small crop under this contract. We just wanted to see how it would do in a natural field setting without any supplemental lighting, given that it was a short quota period. And so this is just the beginning stages of what will be, a few different crops over the next year.
Sugarcane fields, all
I got a question.
being used anymore. Why? Because the sugarcane industry is done here in Hawaii. Done, 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 done. All these fields could be hemp. Can you visualize it, everyone?
They're doing 3 crops a year.
We can grow all year round. And what are we going to grow? Building materials, biodiesel, ethanol. The equipment that you use to cut down sugarcane is similar to the tractors and the equipment that you can use to cut down the hemp. We got everything in place. Plus, all the sugarcane farmers and all the jobs that were lost can be gotten back, created. So many jobs can be created with hemp being put in the ground here in Hawaii. It's going to happen. And I'm going to dance in those fields.
Bruno, how long have y'all lived in Hawaii?
I've lived in Hawaii for 40 years. 7 months I've been taking hemp and I have 0.
What is it about hemp that takes your pain away?
I'm not really sure. Cannabinoid and the small THC that's in it.
I'm so happy for you. How do you see the future of hemp happening in Hawaii?
Well, since the sugarcane is no longer, I see in the next 10 years that all the island will be covered in hemp.
I love that vision.
Absolutely.
Super exciting. How hard do you think it'll be to have a hemp processing factory here?
I see one happening in the next 5 years.
And you think it can be eco-friendly enough for this
Absolutely.
amazing paradise?
Absolutely. It grows all year round here.
So glad it is.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much for saying hi to the Georgia Hemp Economic Revival Organization. Wish us luck.
I wish you luck. I wish Maui luck.
Apparently this is some hempcrete construction within these houses in Maui. Yay!
This is the Lapoa Street Farmers Market. We started about 8 years ago. It's a way to bring fresh, organic Maui produce down to South Maui, which is mostly a residential section in a tourist area. So there isn't much availability of fresh fruits and vegetables. So every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, we pop up at the parking lot, and by 10:30, we're out of here. I'm Steve Rose. I live here on Maui now for 20 years. And I'm the Chief Executive Hemp Steward of the Maui Hemp Institute for Research and Development. And we're a nonprofit started about 4 years ago by a bunch of us hempsters here on Maui to kind of make way for hemp coming to the islands and make sure that the benefits go to the people who live here. The islands suffered for hundreds of years from a plantation economy, and now that the sugarcane's gone, we're ready to plant the next crops, and hemp is going to lead the way, cleaning up the soil from the pineapples and the sugar and breaking it up and allowing us to put in food forests and lots of food. We'll be planting our first seeds for our farmers in the next couple of weeks and should have the island green by 2020 as our goal. Grow hemp for food, for fiber, for fuel, and probably a few other thousand uses, but those 3 are the first ones we're going to start off with.
Are you connected with the Pacific Biodiesel Company with the sunflowers?
They're an independent company here on Maui. They're into using hemp as a fuel, and they've done some experiments with other crops. We've not gotten permits yet, so they haven't been able to plant the hemp crop, but in the near future they'll be doing it, and I'm sure they'll be using the hemp for biofuel. We're doing research. We can grow 3 crops a year here. So when you're studying cannabinoids or cultivars, we can able to do fast research here, we have 30 microclimates also, so we pretty much can match almost every microclimate on the mainland and other parts of the world. And what a better place to do research right now in February than here on Maui. So we're looking forward to bringing that here as part of our institute. We plan to build a full campus here starting in 2020. We're not going to build it, we're actually going to grow it. We plan to grow hemp and make the first hemp house as a viable commercial structure, which we use for the institute. And in that process also take care of all legalization of creating hemp construction here on Maui. It's been a long haul. We had our law passed 2.5 years ago, and the state is finally getting to the point of actually issuing permits so we get some hemp in the ground. But once that's going to happen, which should start major planting hopefully by early next year, then things will really take off.
Thanks for everything you do, Steve.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And in a year or two, come visit our institute and you can watch our house grow.
I would love to. Give me a high five.
He invented the design. How nice it would be to not smell like gasoline every time I'd sing.
So we're filming right now.
The thorn between the roses.
Yeah, exactly. Thorns are a very important part. Can you introduce yourself?
Senator Mike Everett, I represent District 20 in West Oahu. I'm also the chair of the Agriculture Environment Committee.
Do you have any advice for Georgia and Georgia growing hemp?
Well, the advice is you guys, once Hawaii's hemp industry gets going, you guys better look out because everybody loves everything Hawaiian. So when you have the Hawaiian hemp shampoo with the hula girl on the label and the guy strumming his ukulele, it's all in the market. Well, I didn't start working on it until 2014 when I got the first bill passed. But the hemp history goes back to 1999, December 12th, when Governor Cayetano proclaimed December 12th, 1999 as Hawaii Industrial Hemp Day. Great. And then there was a long hibernation period of about 15 years until we really seriously took up the conversation again.
The lead of the project is Dr. Lee, who's with CTAHR, the Molecular Biology and Bioengineering Unit. So we're really happy to be laying some of the groundwork for a new industry in Hawaii. It's just really exciting to be a part of this good work.
Think about the children and the children's children and the children's children.
Actually, here in the same research station, had a previous project from 2014-16 trying to identify what types of cultivars might grow well here. And prior to that, from 1999 to 2001, there was another state legislature mandated pilot project for kind of the same purpose, to try and identify what seed cultivars might grow well here. But then there was a large gap in between because there was a lot of education that needed to happen so people would understand what hemp is and what it can bring as an agriculture and industrial crop for Hawaii. It'd be great if we could have a variety of cultivars to work with to really find what works well and what provides the best product for different avenues that people are wanting to use hemp for. We grew hemp from April through November here in 2015-16 during both seasons, and it did really well. We kind of found that 11.5 hours of daylight and increasing was sort of the magic zone. We didn't actually test it during the shorter daylight period, which is partly why we decided to put the small crop in here in January, just to see if that made a difference. The fiber variety in the 2015-16 project grew to 10 feet tall. It produced very, very well. The seed variety, it reached maturation before the fiber variety did, but it was just loaded down with seeds. So we found from that we could successfully have 2 to 3 crops a year, 2 for sure. We hit 11.5 hours around mid-February, and then it increases up to about 13 and a half in the middle of the summer, and then it comes back down. I think it's in mid-October to November. Hit that 10-foot height for the fiber at around 12 weeks. Was on a par with what you get from a typical summer crop elsewhere in the world. The question of will it grow and yield, we've already proven that.
That's great. Do you think growing it where the sugarcane fields were would be a good idea? Is that a good climate and good soil?
Hemp is so hardy, and it can clean up the soil. It can help phytoremediate all of the various pesticides that were used for years. So I think it would be just just a win-win. It doesn't take a lot of water, which is important anywhere, but particular issues with that on Maui, especially with water rights and water usage for people growing kalo and native youth. So
What do you think it'll take for Georgia to legalize hemp?
Staying on it.
No, like you. Like we need a you in Georgia. We need a Cynthia in Georgia.
People like Representative Cynthia Thielen and Senator Mike Gaver, they keep at it, and they're the ones who stayed working hard at it, and they've changed minds, and you need that. That's really key. That was a big part of what we went through in Hawaii over about 15 to 20 years, was just educating the business and government and general population about what hemp is, how it differentiates from its cannabis cousins, and what it can be as a economic and agricultural boost, and all the other many facets of use.
What about the police? That's been a complaint from different legislators I've met with. Oh, well, they won't be able to tell the difference.
That was one of the things that we really had to work hard about re-educating on. Definitely there was some resistance in that way, some pushback, but it's nothing to be afraid of, and the potential for industry and economic viability and all those things. It's actually a really, really important economic crop as well, all the environmental uses for it.
This is growing hemp for research. You're studying, you're analyzing the production, the height, the climate. What if we wanted to do a different kind of experiment that was more interactive with animals? The biggest problem in Georgia agriculture, many Georgia farmers have told me, is wild hogs. I was told that the pioneers of the mainland used wild hemp, or hemp, a 10-foot thick barricade between their crop, and that supposedly kept out wild hogs. Have you heard anything about this?
No, and really interesting, and I'm wondering if maybe they were growing a really strong fiber variety that has that really thick, strong stalk, and you're growing it close together, and it essentially serves like a little mini fence because they can't necessarily barrel through it.
I don't know the scientific term for it, but the combination of their saliva and the roots causes some kind of microbial action that makes it even better for the next crop of hemp. But the other thing that's interesting is it does get them a little bit high. Well, I heard there was a huge problem with some of hemp farmers who have been farming for a few years with grasshoppers this year, destroyed the crops. But if they actually surrounded their own hemp field with the hemp thicket, supposedly the grasshoppers wouldn't get further than 3 feet before they had enough of their dinner plate. So what my question is how would you even go about getting a grant to do a research project where you're bordering another crop? Any ideas?
Well, you could have your research project be just that. You pick a plant that you're going to then protect with the hemp hedge to see how it functions, and you're out here at a research plant. So it's a great, it's a place for research for all the researchers at UH, so you just have to go through that plot allocation process.
Do wild hogs come on this land?
Yeah, they do. The state of Hawaii's pilot program to license hemp farmers has some pretty extensive regulations and compliance. Security measures that you have to have in place. They've been asking for a long time. We've got some potential Hawaii cultivars that we've been breeding through our CBD medical side of things. Can we use these? Can these be part of the state program?
Right.
And so far they've said no.
Oh.
Which,
so now
to everybody's benefit to use them.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't perform well, if it doesn't meet their standards, it's fine. They've vetted it. But why in the world?
Right.
So it's really, really frustrating. So the whole process was delayed. Contracts went out in July, August. First seed didn't get here till September. It didn't germinate. They had to identify a new seed source. Wait to get it shipped.
Did you ever figure out why it didn't germinate?
I don't know why. We didn't have a chance to try it ourselves. Then it was finally late November when this one seed cultivar, one variety, arrived from China, and it was made available to us in early December. Potentially with the contracts, because we all did the request for proposal for these contracts back in March and May was the deadline. If they had all their ducks in a row, could have been growing last summer.
Oh yeah.
And kind of had a leg up on it.
All the seeds that you get from this, can you plant it again, or does that need to go through the DEA again?
No, we can plant it, and that's one thing the Department of Ag is really, really good about, making sure that any variety that is used has to be unrestricted. You can propagate the seed grow over and over again.
Can you sell the seed to other farmers?
Well, it's all, anything we grow as this contract is for the Department of Ag. It's theirs. It's their property.
So any
And then
farmer
they're
can get it from them.
gonna provide it to the I just come out and get a range of heights, measure the smallest to the tallest, and then I find the median height.
So how are we looking? What's the measurement?
Well, a week ago, the tallest plant was 77 centimeters, and 6 days later, the tallest plant is 127 centimeters, so a little over 4 feet, and last week it was just barely over 2.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so the last crop we had of a similar subtropical Chinese variety, same thing, it really made a big growth jump around 4 weeks or so, and then every week after that it would grow between like 10 and 20 centimeters a week.
I got a question. How you gonna change the world? Are you gonna be the change, or are you gonna wait for change to rearrange you? How you gonna change the world? Are you gonna be the change, or are you gonna wait for change to rearrange?
Can you tell me what the quality of the soil is?
We have really good soil here. Volcanic basis, it's really nutrient rich. We had some nitrogen deficiency in this plot, so we amended that. Partly clay-based soil, but this is just a really very good area for agriculture in terms of the soil types. So as the plants have gotten older and the stems, a little more woody and not tender, they don't bother it anymore. But those
So the slug was just like it just climbed on the roots and it just ate the...
when they were just little baby seedlings, they would just come.
I've looked at love from
It just takes off and it creeps everywhere and it'll just twine up around everything. It's very hard to get out. Basically, it's excruciating to get it out. But all the other little ones, typically kind of just get shaded out once the plants start getting to this stage and bigger, at least from what we saw last project. Thank you for helping with that. It was really nice of you to
it's my pleasure.
understand. I should have given you my gloves.
No, I'm fine. I love doing landscape work.
It's meditative, I find.
So that just to reiterate that, Melody was saying that once the hemp grows really close together, and if they're not attacked by the African slug or other critters that eat them, then they really grow thick together, and the little weeds like what I'm pulling here get shaded out. But I'm going to stay on them a little bit because they'll still leach nutrition from the hemp plants.
every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from
Here we
win
have
and lose,
male
and
flowers.
still somehow
You can
it's
see they're
life's
slightly different
illusions.
than female.
I really don't know life.
Clustered, if that makes any sense. As they get more developed, it makes it more obvious. These are up along the stem.
The females have these curves.
Illusions I recall.
Do you find that they're all like the male and females are intermingled more so than males, females? Like they seem to be right next to each other.
Yeah, well, and we just had the whole bag of seeds and we planted it at random. We didn't have time to have it.
And what about this wind? Do you think it's good for the pollination or? I love how I got really windy right after I said that.
Yeah, I know. It's like they knew. Last time when we had high winds, I didn't notice any negative effect on the crop. We had some gusty winds when this crop was about half this height in age, and they didn't have any damage that I could see. So it seems to clear up pretty well. I mean, they do have some language about how it wants to keep
Yeah, it
we had
needs
a
to
good-
be 5
Yeah.
miles away from like medical cannabis crop, right? So that it doesn't. So at least I would think so. It doesn't crossbreed and lower their THC level.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the arguments that Rep Thielen uses a lot, like with the police department when first doing that regime. It's called cross-pollinate. Everybody is going to THC and hemp, and she's like, no, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Lower the THC levels in the other marijuana, and you should be happy about that. They need that like flash flooding for a month in order to germinate. Over 90% germination rate in general, but the big seed, you know, I had like 1 out of 3 germinate, so 30%. And then the medium-sized seed, I had 5 out of 7 germinate, so you know, 60%. Granted, that was a really small sample size that was germinating. But
And the small seed was 100%.
the small seed was like 90%, and the state had like a 95% germination rate on the mixed batch. But small ones were sprouting for me, they sprouted within a day and a half. I mean, emerged from the seed.
Wow.
Not emerged from the soil, just a little root coming out of the seed, you know, was within 24 hours. Well, and then the large seed, though, we had to really keep it soaked, and it didn't sprout until like day 5.
Oh.
I mean, and when I say sprout, I mean that little white tendril emerging from the seed for the first time.
Wow.
So, you know, it could be maybe some of these smaller ones or some of those
The large seeds, yeah.
larger seed or any seed in the batch that just needed a little more moisture.
And it looks like the males are taller.
Yeah, good observation. Very good observation.